Oracle. So I have a message. God has been speaking to me about Matthew 6:15 since Father's Day. So let's start off. Okay, so this verse is one that low key checks us all. Okay, so I'm gonna get into Matthew 6:15, and listen. This is not one that you know is easy. This one has a little rough edges, but it's one of the realest verses in the Bible. So it says, "But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins." Woo! That is a part. So, let's say that again. But if you don't forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. So let's talk about what that really means. Not involving churchy guilt trips or anything like that, but let's talk about real healing and real forgiving. Okay, so let's start off. Let's clear this up. You know, Forgiveness does not mean that you're okay with what they did to you, that you're okay with it, that you're cool with it. It doesn't mean that they won. It doesn't mean that you got to text them, hang out with them, keep them in your life. What it does mean is that you're not carrying the dirt on your soul anymore. When you forgive, you are freeing yourself. Because holding on to unforgiveness is like, playing an emotional dodgeball with yourself. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It just doesn't work that way. It's like you mad, but they're unbothered. It's like you keep reliving it and they sleeping like a baby. So it's like, meanwhile, your heart is still in the past. Let's use an example. Maybe your heart is still in a 2020 drama, you know. And but God is saying, like, you got these blessings on the way. You got these blessings on the way, but you are too busy holding on to bitterness. You got to let it go in order for you to get these blessings. So it says, Matthew 6:15 says, and this is what Jesus is basically saying. You don't let go, don't expect me to hold you the way